Politics tend to get heated on social media nowadays. And sometimes I find myself getting into arguments with people because of difference in opinions. I get engaged in my desire to have my perspective heard, and I want so much for people to see the wisdom of my position. But very often, our arguments simply get heated and we do not get anywhere. There's a point in an argument when you simply have to agree to disagree. We have to admit that we are not omniscient. There are several possible ways of looking at an issue. And it is impossible for us to see and even understand every perspective. This means that when we get engaged in an argument with somebody, we must be humble. Don't pretend to know everything. And we must allow for the possibility that we may be wrong. Or better yet, allow for the possibility that both parties are correct. And we are just looking at things from entirely different perspectives. It is even possible for people taking opposite perspectives to find a third perspective that accommodates both of their views. There can be a synthesis of views, and the both of you are better off this way. But if it is not possible for you to agree, then just remember, you do not have to agree all the time, and simply learn to agree to disagree. You do not have to have complete unanimity to have a good relationship with one person. There's one story in the Bible about two people who had complete disagreement about something or someone. Two of the earliest missionaries in the New Testament, the Apostle Paul and his friend Barnabas, had this argument about a person who Paul believed to be a disappointment. We find this in the book of Acts in the New Testament. Here's how the story goes. And after some days, Paul said to Barnabas, "Let us return and visit the brothers in every city where we proclaim the word of the Lord, and see how they are." Now Barnabas wanted to take with them John, called Mark, but Paul thought best not to take with them one who had withdrawn from them in Pamphylia and had not gone with them to the work. And there rose a sharp disagreement, so that they separated from each other. Barnabas took Mark with him and sailed away to Cyprus, but Paul chose Silas and departed, having been commended by the brothers to the grace of the Lord. Paul gave up on one of their assistants, John Mark, saying that this guy is unreliable. Paul didn't want to take him in his next journey. But Barnabas had a different opinion. He felt John Mark should be given a second chance. That sharp disagreement led to a separation between Paul and Barnabas, and the two went their separate ways. Now, whatever disagreement they had turned out for the better because the gospel had spread into more places, because they went into separate directions. And the great thing is that John Mark changed his ways and became a key person in the first century missionary enterprise. We really need to consider what is more important to us. Is it more important to you to win an argument? Or is your relationship more valuable to you? Is it better to insist on being right? Or doing what is right to accomplish the purposes of God? Remember, when you get into an argument, as you learn to agree to disagree, and keep your good relationship in spite of your disagreements, faith matters too.